In this video, I want to show you how to solve a type of square root equations that requires you to solve quadratic equation as well. Here is the first example. So we're given the square root of this is square root of 15 minus 2x plus 6 equals x. So the first thing we really want to do is to make sure that our square root expression is isolated. So I need to subtract 6 from both sides. Minus 6. Now the left side will be left with only the square root expression, and the right side will become x minus 6 because they are unlike terms. Okay, so that's the first step. The next thing is to get rid of the square root. We don't want the square root, so the opposite of square root, or the inverse of square root, is squared. So we're going to square both sides like this. We're going to square it like this, squared, and then we're going to square this one as well. Now notice that this square root and the square will make this radical to go away. So we're going to have only 15 minus 2x left on the left side, and we are going to have on the right side x squared. Remember, we're going to do x minus 6 times x minus 6. If you do the multiplication, you will get x squared minus 12x plus 36 if you do the multiplication. Okay, so the next thing is to get recognize that this is a quadratic equation basically. So we need to get it in the right proper form. That means we want to have one side to have 0. So to do that, what you need to do is to we're going to subtract 15 from both sides. All right, I want to put it in the proper place where we can actually add like terms. Okay, and then at the same time I want to add this 2x so that I can get rid of everything on the left side. Okay, get rid of everything on the left side. You have a 0. On the right side now, I'm going to have x squared minus 10x. And then if you do 36 and 15, when you subtract it, you're going to get 21 plus 21. That's 21. Okay. So now we have a quadratic equation basically with the left side is 0. All right. So our next target or next step is to factor this. We're going to factor this expression. All right, from basic factoring, you know that this is actually 21 is 3 and 7. You do 21, you get 3 times 7. You need both of them to be negative in order to get negative 10. So it will be x minus 7, x minus 3. Okay, from here, we're going to apply the zero product property. So we're going to set each of these to 0 because their product is 0. So I'm going to have x minus 7 equals 0 or x minus 3 equals 0. Add 7 to both sides. X equals 7. Add 3 to both sides. S equals 3. So now, because it's a square root equation, we need to check, really. We need to test it to see if the equation works, if the solution is okay, is valid. So let me test the first one. So 15 minus 2 times 7 plus 6 equals 15. Equals 7, I'm sorry. That's 7 right there because x is 7. All right, let's work on the left side. So 2 times 7 is 14. 15 minus 14 is 1. Square root of 1 plus 6 is 7. All right, so square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 equals 7. It works. Let's test the other one. So let's test the second one. Square root 15 minus 2 times 3 plus 6 equals 3. Remember to plug in the x on both sides. This is the x, that's the x also, just like that other one, okay? All right, now let's try to finish it. So we'll see 15 minus 6 is 9, okay? So square root 9 plus 6 equals 3. Now 3 plus 6 equals 3. 9 equals 3. No, that is not true. Not true. Not true. So the only valid solution is this x equals 7. So our solution to this is only x equals 7. So this is the reason you have to test every single solution you get whenever you solve square root equation. All right. Okay, here is another example. In this case, it's similar to that one. We just want to confirm what we have been getting, okay? So let's confirm this. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides, just like the other one. So that will leave what with square root of 4x minus 8 equals x minus 2. And then we're going to square both sides. 4x minus 8 equals x squared minus 4x plus 4. Remember, you are multiplying like that. You're multiplying that to get this other one, okay? Now, let's try to get 0 to both sides. One side to be 0. So, plus 8 minus 4x minus 4x. And then you have 0 on the left side equals x squared minus 8x plus 12. So now we're going to factor this. All right, this is x minus 6, x minus 2. And so we're going to know s equals 6 or s equals 2. Let's check. So square root 4 times 6 minus 8 plus 2 equals 6. All right, 4 times 6 is 24. Yeah, so when you subtract 8, that will be 16. Square root of 16 plus 2 equals 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. That works, okay? Testing the other one. Square root 4 times 2 minus 8 plus 2 equals 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Minus 8 is 0. Square root of 0 plus 2 equals 2. 2 equals 2, it works as well. So we have both solutions are good. So x is 2 or 6. Now, what if you are asked to prove that something, an equation has no solution? Okay, so you have to solve it first. Like I just showed you here, you solve it and then test the solution to see if it works or not, or if they work or not. So let's try to solve the equation first. All right. And then we follow the same steps. We square both sides. All right. And now let's take away everything from the left side. And then we'll do the same thing here. Plus 5x plus 6. And then here is going to be 0. Here is x squared plus 5x plus 6, which when you factor it will be x plus 2 and x plus 3 equals 0, okay? Now, when you solve this, you're going to get x equals -2 or x equals -3. Now comes the time of checking. Let's check it. Square root -5, -2, minus 6 equals -2. Well, so let's see. -5 times -3 is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. All right, square root of 4 is 2. Clearly, 2 is not equal to -2, so this is not valid. Not valid. Let's test the other one. So I put -5 minus 3 minus 6 equals -3. 15 minus 6 is 9. And you can see also that the square root of 9 is 3. And this is not valid as well because it's not true. All right? You don't have 3 equals -3. It's not possible. So, therefore, we can say that since both solutions don't work with the original equation, therefore, the equation has no solution. All right. I expect you to be able to prove that to me in class like that by just solving it and then testing it. Okay, this is, I hope this is going to help you a little bit.